If we're choosing a sample from a population, we may need to be confident that the mean of the sample is within a range of the mean of the population. If the mean height of adult males is 180 centimeters, with a standard deviation of 10 centimeters, how big a sample do we need so that we are 95% confident the mean of the sample is within 5 centimeters of the population mean? So what we're saying is that the mean is 180 and we want to be between 175 and 185, so within 5 centimeters of the population mean. So this needs to be our confidence interval. So we know the actual values, upper and lower. What we want to know is the sample size so that this is a 95% confidence interval. Now we know from previous discussions that mu is going to be between x bar take away k sigma over root n, and on this side x bar plus k sigma over root n. So in this case k sigma over root n needs to be less than or equal to 5. So for a 95% confidence interval, the k value, which we could get from our calculator, is 1.96. So we've got 1.96 times sigma, which is 10, divided by the square root of n, and n is what we're trying to find, and we want that to be less than or equal to 5. So we need 5 root n to be greater than or equal to 1.96 times 10. So root n is greater than or equal to 1.96 times 10 divided by 5. So we've got 1.96 times 10 divided by 5. So root n is greater than or equal to, the value on the calculator was 3.92. So n needs to be greater than or equal to 3.92 squared, which is 15.36 and so on. Now in this situation we have to round up. N has to be a whole number, that's the size of the sample, and 15 won't cut it. It will be too wide. If we go to 16, yes, it will be narrower than 5 either side, but that's what we want. We need it to be within 5. So we'd go to n equals 16. Now, is there another way of doing this? Well, there's always other ways of doing things. So what we could do is, first of all, make use of the symmetry. 0.95, if we divide that by 2, that's 0.475. Then go Action, Advanced, Solve. Bring this 0.475 down into here. Is equal to interactive, find the normal CDF, and then go from the mean, which is 180, to the upper, which is 185 if we want a width of 5, and in this case sigma, we were told, was 10 for the population, so that's going to be 10 divided by the square root of the size of the population, which I'll call x here. And mu is 180. And then we'll click OK. And it solves, and we get the 15 again, which we round up to 16. But let's just look at exactly what I did there. I made use of the symmetry. So I know that this was 180. I wanted this end to be 185 and this one to be 175. But I made use of the symmetry and said that this is going to be half of 0.95. And then we just solved to find what n needed to be in order to make that work.